everyone, welcome back to HL Creative World. In this video, we are going to share with you all this beautiful DIY backsplash tile installation, so which you can do it all by yourself with the step-by-step method. I'm sure we can hire a person and he can take care of everything. But if you want to save some money, do it all by yourself, this DIY is for you. And we went into different stores and we purchased a lot of things from Lowe's. So you can either get it from Lowe's or Home Depot or Floor and Decor as well. So always purchase the kitchen tiles based on the kitchen cabinets, and we're gonna use some more products like the tile adhesive and also the grout, which uses to cover the gaps between the tiles, and also this rotary tool accessories like it is used for polishing or grinding, and it has a lot of other features as well, but we are not using everything right now in this video. And also this tile edges or accessories which will be used for the edges, and this hand saw, some level or scales, and a tap sponge, some more tools to mix the tile adhesive or cement kind of thing, and also we'll be using the metal meter box. So this is a 6-inch metal meter box. It used for cutting metals at a different angle, and also we'll be using the protective glasses for sure, and some more tools to mix the adhesive or cement, and also the drilling machine finally. So I'm sure most of you will have at least few of the hardware items at your home, and if not, will be purchasing specific to this DIY. But otherwise most of the things are kind of reusable. So I'll be talking about the cost, how much it happened for us for this kitchen cabinet and everything at end of my video. So firstly we'll measure the wall, so that is the number one step. And then once we measure the wall, we'll get the how many tiles we want and everything. We calculate based on that. And the next thing is we'll plan and prepare the wall by cleaning it and using a masking tape all over on the edges, and some newspaper so that it will be easy for cleaning. And we also make sure we remove all the plug points, and also add a line in between the countertops if there is a gap. Like if we remove the stuff, there should be a gap in between, right? So we'll draw a line with using a scale. And coming to this tabletop tile saw, I'm not giving a lot of description as it works with the water. You can check the product description itself. So my husband started working on each and every details on it. So firstly we measured the wall on site, on what would be the length to add this tile edges. So based on that, we'll be taking a measurement using a measuring tape and just mark it. And so using the metal meter box and a hacksaw, we'll be cutting the tile edges into an L angle. So make sure you measure it correctly based on the tile length you need it, and also we need at least 2 of them where we add it at the start of the tile and also at the end. So once you cut it using this precision rotary tool, we'll be using it for polishing or grinding. So this gives a smooth polished finish. So at one end it is straight and the other end is L angle. And these are the backsplashes, so it comes separately, and we will be using the protective glasses for sure. So make sure you wear the glasses before cutting the tile. So we are just cutting the extra pieces of the tile on one side so that it gives a straight line when we add to the one of the edges. So edges should be straight, so that is the reason why we'll be cutting. Not all the tiles we have to cut. I'll be talking more when to cut and when not to. So we'll be using the tile adhesive, and all these products links and everything I have given in the description, so that you can just purchase it through that. And using this tools, we'll be taking some of the adhesive as required into a tub and will be applying gently, but do not apply all over the wall at the same point. Just make sure you do it gradually into like a portions. So once you added a little bit, will be attaching this tile edge. So once you attach the tile edge, give a little bit of like a 2 minutes of gap or time, and then apply another part using the tool. And so make sure it's clean and neat, and it should be in level. So apply as much as possible, and you can always take the extras with this tool. So once we take out all the extras, you can just give it the stripes like shape on vertically and diagonally, because if you see the backsplash's backside, it will be in the same way. And using this presser, you once you attach the tile, you can just gently press it, and the next step would be very easy. You can measure it if the next tile gonna be useful for completely, or you if you have to cut it. So based on that, we'll just attach the tile by adding the tile adhesive. So once you press it gently and it is all done, the next step is using a sponge, and make sure you take the sponge and a bucket of water, keep it ready, and just dip it in the water and take out all the extra things on top layer. If something like a tile adhesive is coming up, you can just remove it. And the next step is like it's always like it's not exactly measured with the tiles. So the edges, you need to make sure you will be measuring it correctly. So the last corner edge was like about 3 inches, and then take out in the scale, and using this leveler, just make sure you are cutting it in a very straight and draw a line, and using the tabletop amp tile saw will be cutting it. So make sure you be very careful when you are using this tool, because it is very dangerous, and you can cut your fingers also if you're not be very careful. So please make sure, if you have children, you try to be far away from them, and they are safe. So once it's cut, you can see this is a bit wet, so you can just wipe it using a cloth, microfiber cloth, and then take it and press it again back onto the wall as I'm showing here. We'll just continue with the flow and process. If there is something like different dimensions and measurements, we'll be using a measuring tape, and just cut it, because here it's uneven portion, as we got a plug point here. So we are adding two different pieces in between, and on top and bottom we are adding a different piece. So more than talking, when we are showing here, it does make more sense, I believe. So as you can see, we just had cut the portion of tile and added here, and also in similarly we'll be adding the same kind of measurements on top as well. So I believe my husband was clearly doing each and every step, and it is clear enough to give all the details if you have to do it all by yourself. So this is how we do it. If it's a straight line without any plug points, it's much easier. But when it comes to the corners and edges and the plug points, that's when the problem arises in getting the right shape and cutting into different pieces. So make sure you have on both the sides it's the straight line, so that you can use those kind of pieces on top and corners, and also in between the plug points as well. So we almost made like about 80% of it right now. So as you can see, the top portion is still, it's empty. We will be getting over there, so just watch the entire video. So our one portion of it was done. So our kitchen cabinets, it's like on one side we did on one of the weekends, and the smaller portion we tried on first weekend, and we thought okay, we were successful, and we tried the larger portion of our kitchen cabinets. So this is the tile edge which I was talking about on the other end. So once we have added the tile edge, the last one again will be cutting into a straight line, and then will attaching using the tile adhesive. So once you attach all the tiles, we'll be just taking off everything by using some sponge of water, so that there is no excessive adhesive coming out. And this particular step is all done, and make sure you're not wasting any of the tile pieces here. Even the small pieces will be very useful in filling the gaps, like on top portions based on the size and requirements what you have. And believe me, like no one will be able to notice that it's a separate piece which is not coming not part of one tile. You cannot even notice that unless it is being set. So the next thing is this is a gap filler or a grot. So this acts like a cement, or it covers the gaps between the tiles. So basically it is called as a grot. So it is like in a powder form, so we'll be just taking it into a tub, like how much ever is needed, and add little by little water and make into a peanut butter consistency is what I can say. So make sure you're not making it like over runny or watery, otherwise this will not fill the gaps in between the tiles. So once you get that right consistency, that's when it is good to apply on top of the tiles. And also make sure you're not applying this immediately. You need to leave a gap at least of 3 to 4 hours once you attach the backsplashes or the tiles. So just take a break, and after 3 to 4 hours you're good to go on this part. So this is the kind of entirely the second step or series which we can say. So once we have added, make sure you're adding after like 3 to 4 hours, not like on next day or two. So just gently using the stools will be filling all these gaps as I'm showing here. And if it's possible that at the corners you may not able to fill it entirely, so using this palette knife or even with the fingers you can just add everything in between the layers so that it's all covered properly and there are no gaps. I mean the grots are filled properly, and you do not have any problems in future. So that's what is been we wanted, right? So we'll be just adding everything, and make sure before you add this you use a masking tape on top of the plug points as I'm showing here. So once it's all applied, after like 30 to 40 minutes, just by using wet sponge we'll be cleaning everything. And once it's all cleaned, you can plug in back all the plug points as we have taken it out. Remove the masking tape carefully, and you can fix it back. So that is the final step I can say, and you can put it back your stove and any other appliances once it's all dried up. And we did install the handles as well earlier, but we did not took any video on this, but it is very easy. And the final thing, the overall cost, it's about 300 to $400. So when I say $400, like if you do not have any hardware tools with you, then it's gonna cost up to like 400. Otherwise, it will be even less. And we got few of the products from marketplace as well, like for almost like a half a price. So that was very cost effective as well. And once we are done using this, and if you're like just doing it for only yourself, you can always trade in on marketplace or any other sites where you can sell it off. So that way it will be even more less. And I hope I have given a lot of details. And if you like this video, please do like, share, comment, and thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you.